What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy with Humble Beginnings, Great Expectations. We are at Swift Cuts at International Plaza. We're here to talk to the owner about the secrets to their success and many more. Please remember to subscribe and follow. Let's go.
Be humble. Be humble. Sit down. Sit down. Be humble. Be humble. Sit down. Sit down. Be humble. Be humble. Sit down. Sit down. Be humble. Be humble. Sit down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Humble Beginnings, Great Expectations, where we get into the mindset of a successful business owner and talk about his journey to being a successful entrepreneur. I'm Jeremy Johnson. I'll be your host today. I run a real estate company called 7J Financial, Commercial, and Consulting, and this is a real estate story about business. We are here with Ralph Briggs. He's the owner of Swift Cuts Barbershop.
Good morning, Jay. How you doing?
Welcome, my man.
Thanks
It's been
for
a
having me.
long time coming, my
Yes,
boy.
sir. Yes, sir.
Man, thank you for your time today.
Appreciate you for having me.
I appreciate you taking the time out for having me today. So
Yes, sir.
let's get right into it, man. So Humble Beginnings, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what inspired you to become a business owner of a barbershop, or why that specific niche?
Well, growing up in a single parent home, although I had my grandparents there, that also inspired me. Everybody always instilled in me that you can't just rely on everybody else. So sometimes you just got to grab the bull by the horns and do what you need to do.
And just step into it, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Were there anyone else in your family or that you can kind of point to that,
Oh, yeah.
kind of had that role that you could use as an example?
Yes, sir. My mother, Nikki Hannah Briggs, she's been doing hair for 30 years, and I never thought that I would be in the hair care business as I am now. I was an athlete growing up and assumed that I'd be getting drafted out of high school, so this was a path that I did not think I'd be in.
Got you. All right, so we carry on tradition.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes,
what's
sir.
up, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you, Mama Briggs. That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
What was the biggest challenge that you faced when starting your business?
Everybody telling you can't do it and not to do it. That was the biggest thing, and from people that you think that you wouldn't hear it from,
Right.
you'll hear it from. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just the doubt, and little do people know that's what drives me.
What part of being an athlete helped you kind of look at that and face it head on?
The grind, the
Yeah.
hustle,
Yeah.
getting up early, staying up late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just great in me. So, and that's from my grandparents. You know what I mean? So, learned that from them, and they instilled it in me, instilled it in my mom, and they pass it on to me.
Absolutely.
So,
That's great, man. We're here sitting in, I believe it's almost 2,000 square feet
yes, sir.
of this wonderful space right here
Yes,
that,
sir.
man, you transformed. And, we damn near signed this lease about 12
Little-
months ago.
363 days.
Almost an exact year. My boy got it down to the day.
Yes, sir. And thanks to your help, man.
Man.
You're amazing, bro.
I tell you what, the fact that we here right now, we doing this right now is just a testament to
Yes, sir.
just perseverance, faith,
Yes, sir.
and just, like you said, grind.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody-
So tell the people out there, what some of the challenges are that you come across when you find the space, you get it locked in,
Right.
but then you gotta, build it out to what your vision is for the business. So
Yes, sir.
talk to the people a little bit about the challenges that you faced.
For one, you definitely have to find, if you can, honest, good-hearted general contractor. Because I had to go through 3 of them in just this one project that should only took 3 months. And obviously you heard it took 363 days. So with that being said, basically do thorough research on who you're gonna have work for you or work under you, and just keep the man upstairs ahead first, and you'll be good to go.
Man, you said a mouthful right there. Now, what advice would you give, aspiring business owners, people that have a dream, people that want to build out and expand their franchise, on managing finances in the early stages of building out your space and your business?
I would say sometimes you got to make them sacrifices. I used to like to go out every night, and literally, once you just take a break from that, you'll realize how much money you saving.
Sacrifice.
And it's just that simple.
Right.
Just really that simple. I went from going, like I said, going out almost every day of the week to not going out for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and just seeing it progress.
Seeing it grow and grow.
Like I said, just had the opportunity and it was there, and I just had to take it and jump.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
Now, this is the second location.
Yes, sir.
You know, the other Swift Cuts is in another mall. We're at the International Plaza in Tampa Bay, by the way. The first location is in the Brandon Mall in Brandon Town Center in Brandon. So this is just a testament to that belief and that discipline in your brand and in your business, and being able to scale it and build another location. That's amazing. How proud are you in yourself and being able to do that?
I'm kind of hard on myself. I'm my best worst critic. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
I'm not happy until, like I said, till I build something that's at the end of the day for my kids and stuff like that. Then I'll be happy then.
Then you'll be straight.
But I'm satisfied. I'm blessed. So no complaints here.
Yeah, too blessed to be stressed. I know that.
Yes, sir.
Man, so, you know, when you started this, everybody has a picture of what it is in the end, but you know, when you start in the beginning, you got to put those blocks together, right?
Yes, sir. That's
So
the mail room.
That's it. That's it. It's stack your mail.
Yes, sir.
So what is the vision or the mission that drives the business today at this point?
It's basically the franchise. I want to have a franchise, black-owned franchise, and like I said, leave something for my kids and their kids. Just in case, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make sure they're good to go.
Absolutely.
And be able to take care of the family.
Man,
and the people that work for the company. So, you know what I mean? It's a family-based company, so that's my goal.
And I feel that, man. At the grand opening, I just felt the amount of people that were covering you and circling you with their belief and their faith.
Yes, sir.
In you and in the vision of the business.
Yes, sir.
You know, what do you do on a daily basis to keep people locked in to that vision, to that goal, to help perpetuate that?
I just ask the barbers and my family, if you see anything, let me know. Because I can't be in two places at one time. Don't feel like I'm going to take it the wrong way, because I need that. Everybody needs critical, you know what I'm saying, critical, what you call that, criticism. You know what I mean? Constructive criticism. So
right.
I like that. I invite it, and I like to build off of that. And if you can't take something or a suggestion from one and another, you can't grow, and you're going to leave, you're going to be stagnant. So, and that's what I try not to do, and be complacent, because that's a lot going on right now, complacency.
What I see when you say that is a lot of self-awareness.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like to not have a bunch of yes men around you.
Correct.
Is that accurate?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I want people to speak. I want them to be happy as well.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's not just about me. Like I said, it's a family-based barbershop, and that's what we thrive on. So whatever makes them happy is going to make me happy.
That's
if
what's
they
up.
eat, I eat. If I don't eat, they don't eat. It ain't nothing.
That's what it is, and they respect that in a leader. I mean, that's what makes a leader a leader.
Yes, sir.
You know, so what would you say in that aspect is, you know, what was the vision of how you wanted the feeling of the space to be? Like, what do you look for in the people that are around you to make the space, you know, a comfortable business working environment?
Like, I bring my kids, my family here all the time, and I want everybody else to feel the same way. So, like I said, a family-oriented based barbershop. We talk barbershop talk, but we also are aware of who's in the building. So if you want to come here on Sundays, we watch the game on Sundays. You know how we do on Sundays. So, and we, like I said, we also aware of other kids or the women that's in the building. So, like I said, I bring my wife, my kids here all the time. So, and we all respect each other kids. We all respect each other family. So
that's what's up, man. That's what I hear is community there.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's an open community. Is there can you tell the people, like, how important is community in building your brand, your business?
Nothing without the community. I mean, if the community's thriving, you're thriving. If you're thriving, the community not thriving, you need to help the community to thrive. Because the kids are our future, and the kids ain't got no help. We need to find somebody that's gonna help them.
That's right.
Because without them, who's gonna take care of us?
That's a fact. It takes a village too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because the roles reverse. As we get older, we need the younger help.
Damn, man, that's a gem right there, man.
You know what I
You
mean?
said it.
So,
And in our community, especially the Black community, we have a lot of, artisans and people that do, work on their own, whether they're a cook, whether they're a mechanic, whether
sir.
they're a barber, whether they're a stylist.
yes, sir.
Where does that go? I think I know where it comes from when it comes to us because, mainstream doesn't necessarily give us the opportunity, so
Correct.
we have to make for our own.
Correct.
How important is that for you as a business owner, expanding your franchise to show that example for the people around you?
Well, like I said, that's the main thing, having the right people around you. If you don't have the right people around you, you're going to be stuck in a rut. Because it's going to be that crab in the bucket mentality.
Yeah.
And I seen a quote the other day that says, in my group, I don't care who wins, I don't care who eats, as long as somebody eats. It don't matter who eats first, as long as we all eat. So that's what I thrive on.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it don't matter who eats first.
Yep. The greater good.
Yep.
I love that.
So,
So at this point now, you're on your second franchise. Every location, I'm sure, is different.
Yes, sir.
Different personnel, different
Oh, yeah.
clientele, what
Yes, sir.
have you. So what does a typical day look like for you on the day to day? And how long does it take for you to establish the best practices of, making the most out of your day?
well, right now, most of my day is driving. Take over an hour, I say about an hour and 30 minutes just to get over here.
Right.
Every morning, every night, and then back and forth between Tampa and Brandon, maybe twice a day. So as of now, putting a lot of miles on the road. But once that simmers down, like I said, I have a good group of guys at both shops. You know what I mean? That handle their responsibility, handle their business.
Yeah.
And like I said, they'll give me the opportunity to do what I need to do to help them, to help the franchise grow.
Absolutely.
So like I said, it goes back to having the right people around you.
That's key.
Yes, sir.
No, that just doesn't happen overnight.
Oh, no.
You gotta
Oh, no.
kiss a lot of frogs, right? You gotta
Oh,
kiss
yeah. Oh, yeah. Leave a sour taste, boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you live and learn.
Yes,
you live
sir.
and learn.
Yes,
L's
sir.
ain't losses, they lessons.
That part.
You know what I mean? So,
Is there a method to the madness when it comes to picking the right people on your team?
no, I mean, with me, I'm the type of person that everybody deserves a second chance. So I just, like I said, I'll give you a shot. I'll give you enough rope to hang yourself. That's it. I mean, right is right, wrong is wrong. We all grown.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like I said, I don't care what you did in the past. Show me what you can do now. And like I said, Tigers gonna change their strike. So
That
it's gonna
part.
show.
Yeah. You get a second chance, now you're not a third or a
Yeah,
fourth.
nah, it ain't baseball.
That part. So tell me a little bit about your efficiency and your tools. Do you do anything system-wise, tool-wise to help you manage your time effectively? And how do you prioritize
I
those
mean,
things?
you basically want to make sure your tools are up to par and working at optimum what they need to be. So I basically like to keep my new blades every 3 to 4 months, depending on how busy that money is.
Okay.
But typically it'd be like no more than 4 months to keep the blades sharp, just so you're not going over the same spot over and over again, because
Right.
obviously time is money. So and that goes through with all the clippers. You know what I mean? So even with the edges, yes, you're not supposed to ball with the edges, but we all do because it kind of saves time.
Right.
So that's another thing. Just make sure you stay up on your tools and make sure you keep them clean.
Absolutely.
Because you definitely will lose money if they're not clean.
Man, so that right there, what you said, it may sound like nothing to you, but for a novice out there in terms of, the art of being a barber,
Yes, sir.
It's something big because you don't know how long it takes for you to understand when your blade is dull, when your instrument
Yes, sir.
isn't up to par.
Yes, sir.
So how long did it take you to understand like the intricacies of your craft? You know what I'm saying?
Years and questions. Can't never be afraid to ask questions.
Right.
And like I said, if you have the right people around you, they'll make sure that you won't fail. So like I said, ask a lot of questions.
Right. And cut a lot of hair.
Yes, sir.
Cut a
Yes,
lot of hair.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I always got to ask this question. Who does your hair? Who cuts
I
the
would say-
barber's hair?
I would say I got a couple of them in here that, like, everybody in here can cut my hair.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everybody in here chopper.
If they can cut your hair, they can work here, basically?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love that. So let's get back to, the team.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? What are the elements of a good team when you're putting together a business?
Communication is key. All the barbers know that. That's my main thing I tell them. Communication is key.
Communication.
Everybody can move how they need to move if everybody talks. So, like I said, I tell them that, and you get enough rope down yourself. If you can't be a team player, you're not on this team.
Right.
Because like I said, that's what we all focus on as a team player, because I feel like I shouldn't be the only one to be able to move around. Everybody got other things they're trying to do. So everybody needs to be fair and on the same playing field, the same communication, the same page. And that's all I look for. Like I said, I'm not going to sit there and grill you or whatever, because like I said, Tigers going to change their stripes. We all grown.
Absolutely.
So, and like I said, it's not baseball. We too grown for that.
Do you remember who your first barber is? Who your first barber was? I don't know if they're still with you or not, but
They're not, but yes, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir. And I have a lot of them still left. So, because we had a group of them. You know what I mean? With the situation that transpired, I was blessed to have 10 barbers off rip. You know what I mean? Of course, a lot of them didn't make it, but I was blessed that a lot of them did come.
Everybody can't come with you, right?
Well, no, at that point, we didn't have enough chairs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like I said, I stayed in contact with majority of them. You know what I mean? And we basically came back in touch with each other. And,
Tap back in.
Yes, sir. And now we're back on the same page.
So time is essential, right?
Of course.
Or
Of
with
course.
any relationship.
Anything.
Yeah, because sometimes the timing might not be right.
It ain't our time, it's the man upstairs time.
That part.
You know what I mean? We want it to happen right then. Because like I said, if we would have did this in 3 months, it wouldn't look like this,
Right.
to be honest with you.
Facts. Yeah. Everything
You know what I'm
happens
saying?
for a reason.
Exactly. So that's why it's like, yes, I was mad about the situation, but as it came along and I started seeing my vision actually come together, I got the peace coming over me. You know what I mean? And I was able to kind of relax a little bit and
Yeah.
kind of chill. And like I said, with some of the words that you threw at me through our text, you know what I'm saying, through some of the rough times, kind of helped too as well. You know what I'm
That's what's
saying?
up, man.
So,
Always.
yes, sir.
How do you reconcile with the relationships that didn't last, that you thought would have endured, whether they were family or friends or
Right.
just people that you thought were solid?
I mean, at this point, like I said, I forgive you, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I said, you did it once, you might do it again.
Right.
And I got to protect myself
Let
and
them.
my family. Yeah.
Yeah. Let them be where they want to be. Right.
So, like I said, I want you to eat. You just can't eat at my table.
Smart.
That's it.
How do you keep the team motivated and
Ask
aligned
them
with your
questions.
business goals like every
Just
day?
Ask them questions.
Yeah.
What do y'all see need to be done? What can I do to make stuff better? And that's the only thing I can do. Like I said, I'm not here all the time. I try to be,
Right.
but maneuvering between different businesses and stuff like that is kind of hard. But like I said, that's why I ask managers, and like I said, we all grown. I shoot them a text. Yo, what's going on? What you see? You need me to do anything?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just little things that count. So I just treat them how I want to be treated.
That's all you can ask
That's
for.
it.
Now, you're the example.
Yes, sir.
You're the boss. You're
Yes,
the
sir.
head of the spear.
Yes, sir.
And you probably worked for someone at some point.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And
Yes,
you
sir.
watch them
Yes,
grow.
sir. Yes, sir.
Does your team understand that they are mini CEOs, in charge of their mini business, which is their chair?
I try to instill that in them. Some of them still don't get it. They don't see it like that, but it's like, you really are.
Yeah.
I try to tell all of them, if they don't have their LLC, get your LLC. Even the young ones, get your LLC. For what? You're your own boss.
Right.
You just rent a chair.
Right.
For real? Yes.
Right.
Oh, I ain't know that. Well, let's talk. Man, I ain't know that, man. So you gotta ask questions.
Gotta ask questions.
Yeah,
Now. That's
ask
why you're
questions.
here.
Yes, sir. So that's basically all it is, man. Just respect, questions, communication is key. And treat others how you want to be treated. You can't demand respect, you gotta earn it.
That part.
Know what I mean? So
Man, what part of the background of being an athlete is, lays the foundation for being a business owner? Can you speak to that?
it's that, and like I said, it's a lot of with my mom and my grandparents.
Yeah.
Just seeing them work and grind every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, granddad used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, drive to Miami, come back at 7 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? Be out the country, come back, and still have time for me to take me out to the field. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, like I said, I see him do it, so I know I can do it. I see my mama do it, so I know I can do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my mama always told me, if you ain't got to work for nobody, don't. So if you can make your own schedule, make your own schedule.
Man, that's a blessing in and of itself.
Yes, sir.
But that takes a lot of commitment, a lot of discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah.
Discipline.
A lot of grind. And you got that from your foundation and your
Yes,
family.
sir. Yes, sir.
And Mama Briggs, right?
Yes, sir.
Man,
yes,
that's
sir.
everything.
Yes, sir.
That's everything. Let's talk a little bit about, the space you're in and real estate.
Yes, sir.
Because in a mall, it's a different type of,
It's a different ball game.
it's a different ballgame. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You kind of have a captive audience in a sense, and you have like a habitat, an
Certain
environment that
demographic.
you could really, because the people that come in here, they come here all the time. They know
Yes, sir.
exactly what they want, or they could just be shopping around.
Yes, sir.
But your co-anchors, your co-tenants, you get to know them.
Right.
You can build a synergy type of, environment that can keep it going. So
Yes.
how is running a business in the mall different than running it, just outside in the metropolis somewhere?
Well, to be honest with you, everything's right here. So all you got to do is build the right relationship, like you said, with your neighbors per se, and they'll send them your way. You know what I mean? You take care of them, they take care of you. That's what I came here and told them, look, you scratch our backs, we'll scratch yours.
Right.
You know what I mean? All right, man, we'll send them your way. And that's exactly what they've been doing. So just relationships and communication.
That's it.
It all goes back to that.
It's like community. It's like you just live at home. You're on your block.
Yes, sir.
You get to know your neighbors,
Yes,
and
sir. Yes, sir.
y'all look out for each other.
Yep, you got something I need, you got something I need. Let's whatever, and I help you, you help me. Got people buying clothes and they going out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shop in here. Boom. Or if they coming to get a cut, you going out. They got a fresh spot over there for clothes. Just straight like that.
That's what it is.
Yep. So it's it. Relationships and communication.
Now you have a whole slew of different type of people that come in through the mall.
Yes, sir.
How did you identify your target audience and be able to know how to market to them?
The thing is, you got to know what type of service you're able to provide. And as far as the barbers, I know they really cutting. So
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with them dealing with any type of ethnicity or any type of texture of hair coming through there. And that's the type of thing as being the boss or the leader, you have to kind of like play coach. You got to put your players in the right position so they can succeed until they feel comfortable to move up or whatever the case may be.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's not baseball, but if you communicate and you say you don't feel comfortable with this type of, okay, that's fine. You'll get the next one. That's not the last money. All money ain't good money.
You say that again.
You know what I mean? So I tell them all the time, look, if you're not comfortable, just say you're not comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Because that you willing to lose money off that one cut and that could spread your name throughout the whole city. Instead of you just saying, no, I'm good, and then catch the next one,
Yeah.
and then spread your name through the good throughout
Right.
the city. But that's what a lot of young barbers don't understand because they come out of school trying to, I got to get it.
Right,
And
right,
it's
right.
like, yeah, I understand, but it's your reputation too.
Man, that's again self-awareness, but
Yes,
then
sir.
that also speaks to kind of knowing your strengths and your weaknesses, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, as a boss, you listen to
Yes, sir.
your barbers and your employees, and you just like you said, try to put them in the right position
Yes, sir.
to execute at the best efficiency.
Correct.
So that's huge, man.
Yes, sir.
That's definitely a gem. Y'all pay attention to that. Now, when it comes to marketing,
Yes, sir.
what type of marketing strategy is there? Now, this is this
know-
is the barbershop now.
Right, right.
And like you said, word travels fast when you
Yes,
do
sir.
a good cut. Unfortunately, it travels faster when you do a bad cut.
Right, right.
So, is it just word of mouth, or are you advertising out there?
We do social media, since social media is a big thing nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
We recently tried radio, get some play on the radio, which I felt did some good. We also had a TV commercial a few years back, which did some decent. So we checking different avenues to see what brings in the most. So it basically goes back to research, and of course you got to invest in yourself too, because you got to spend something to make something.
Yes, sir.
So you can't be scared to do that.
Right.
So, like I said, as of now, I'll probably try the radio thing again, and we'll probably eventually do a TV commercial too.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, but like I said, trying to find the right people to get it done right and do it right.
Absolutely.
Is the main thing after what we done been through the last.
Man,
So,
those things got hot flashes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Yes, sir.
But what you said right there was reinvesting into the business.
Yes, sir. That's the main thing.
And identifying what the best marketing strategies are.
Yes, sir.
Whether it's word of mouth, whether it's radio, whether it's print. You know, being cognizant of what your audience, you know, how they relay the information is huge, right?
Yes, sir. And then, like I said, word of mouth is almost just like radio play, but the radio gonna get out there quicker. You know what I mean? Instead of people playing telephone, you got right down the play. Everybody riding all at once, and then just multitude of people just expand.
Absolutely.
So that's what I experienced this last couple of times. So, I mean, you definitely have to invest in yourself and your business. And like I said, your coworkers will definitely see that and respect that, and will definitely be able to feel comfortable coming to you more about what you think what you should do for the business, or what you should do to help them out, or they'll come and ask you questions how to help them out.
Right.
So you just want them to feel comfortable to come. You want to be approachable. You know what I mean? You want to be approachable as a leader.
Absolutely.
So
I love that. Now you've been a barber for a long time. You trimmed me up the other day, and
yes, sir.
It's one of the best lineups I've had in forever, because I do my own stuff. But at the end of the day, you've had to have had this experience where maybe the customer didn't necessarily have the best experience.
Oh, yes. Yes.
How do you handle negative and positive customer feedback?
Well, we had that happen maybe twice. And the only thing you can really do is just grab the bull by the horns and just reach out to that person and then see what you can do to make it right. I mean, yes, you may have to lose a couple of dollars, so what?
Right.
You save your face, and you save that review.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like I said, that's just like word of mouth. So, I mean, if somebody see that review like that, that'll spread like wildfire too.
Absolutely, man.
So it's best to just don't feel offended about nothing. Just grab it by the horns. Just address the situation, and 10 out of 10 times they'll see where you're coming from, and they will remove it, or they'll let you make things right.
Right. So when you own it, when you own the mistake, or you own the situation,
yes, sir.
It's way much more better and comes across as genuine, and usually smooths over.
And it goes back to treat people how you want to be treated.
Oh man.
Because they feel like by you sitting there denying something, you playing them for stupid.
Right.
And it's like, you know, you got good sense.
Yeah. Don't play with me.
You're right. Yeah. Right. So, but that's all it is.
Now that's the negative. How do you handle the positive feedback?
I mean, we just basically tell them greatly appreciate you coming in, and next time we'll either give you a swag bag or something like that. Just let us know, and we'll take care of you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And sometimes we get a couple of them good reviews in or whatever. We'll have like a team night out. You know what I'm saying? Go bowling or go go-kart driving or play pool or something like that. So or I order food for the weekend. Just y'all boys take it easy. Just I got lunch or whatever the case may be. Appreciate y'all boys putting in the work. Just showing gratitude and appreciation.
You internalize it, and you make sure you show the love back.
Yes, sir.
I love that, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's everything. So, what advice would you give someone out there? Let's just say let's say they're a barber right now. They're they're doing their thing. Maybe they're working out of their car.
Yes, sir.
Making house calls or what have you. They don't necessarily have a shop.
Right.
What type of advice would you give to that person that sees this and says, "Man, I could do that. That's something I want to do one day."
Stay 10 toes down, man. Don't listen to people telling you what you can't do. You know what you can do. Your mind let you think that for a reason. So put it to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You thought about it. You thought about it for a reason. It's put in your head for a reason. So make it work. It's not going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be, just like they say, fast money come, fast money go. So just stay 10 toes down, man. You'll get it. Trust me.
Just keep the faith.
Just keep the faith and have the right people around you.
That's it.
That's it.
I love that.
That's it.
All right, man. Great expectations. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
what do we see for Swift Cuts in the near future, man? What do we, what are we looking at in the next, 1 year, 2 year, 5 year
I would
for the
say
franchise?
2 years, hopefully we can expand in here. And maybe 5, probably be in another mall somewhere. If nobody buys us out.
Oh, you playing the long game. You playing the long game.
Yeah, you already know
Oh,
it.
I see it. I see it.
You already know it.
I love that.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Everything's strategic.
Everything's strategic.
Yes, sir.
And you got the product line here.
Thanks to my mom.
Sweet.
Mama got the product line.
Mr. Thomas, yes, sir.
You know what I mean? We got the
Slitora
beard
Lab.
wash, the beard oil, astringent softener,
Yes, sir.
and
yes,
everything.
Sir.
So that's
Yes,
just
sir.
that's a whole nother stream.
Just the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Just the beginning. Got a whole nother line coming, and you'll definitely hear about it. We'll be doing the product launch probably within another month or so. So
Yes, sir.
that's what I'm saying. You'll definitely hear about it.
Well, listen, man. Ralph, again, I want to thank you for your time,
Appreciate you, Jay.
man. Just the brief time that I've gotten to know you,
Yes, sir.
you're full of faith.
Yes, sir.
You're full of confidence. You're full of grind and perseverance, man. Like
Yes, sir.
most people wouldn't have been able to go through what you went through and be here at the end of it,
Yes, sir.
still standing tall and got your shop up and ready
Well, tough, well.
and rolling. You know what I'm saying? So that's just all a testament to you, man. Your grind, your faith, your foundation, the people that you got around you, and just your overall desire to endure.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just proud of you, man. Thank you for
Appreciate you.
your time, and I look forward to, the next chapters.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you being
All
in my
right.
corner, my G.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.